All right, let's do a pastrami on rye. What do you say, folks? First thing we got to do is get stuff out, prepare our ingredients. You want some rye and pumpernickel swirl, deli bread. Get a couple of those out here, lay them out there. Seal her back up before they dry out, of course. Okay. Then what you need is you need some pastrami, of course. You got that right there. You need some Russian dressing. You got that right there. You need some Swiss cheese. You got that right there. You need some. Oh yeah. Whoop. Then you need some sauerkraut. Okay, here we go. Now when we get it done, you got to butter up that bread, of course. Of course, before we get started, you always want to do a little countertop drumming before we get this sandwich made. Such as! Now what you do is get the butter out here real quick. Get some butter on there. Now you don't want to make it too thick. You just want it to brown the bread when you put her in the pan there. We're not trying to make a mess. Alright then, a little bit on this side here. What I like to do is I put the buttered sides together while I'm building the sandwich. And I'll tell you why. You go like that, you put the two buttered sides together, you flip that on there, get the butter out of the way now. The reason you do that is because you're only going to put this Russian on one side of the bread. So we're going to put it, the side that's facing up is the inside of the sandwich now, you see. And you want to spread that out so it's evenly distributed. You don't want to miss any when you take a bite, you see. And if you get a little bit too much, just flicker off. All right. Now you take some of this pastrami. And what I like to do is take the amount that I'm going to make the sandwich with, spread it out on a little plate a little bit here. I'm going to warm that up in the microwave so that it's actually heated through, because in the pan it would take forever to get that heated through. That's only going to take about 20 seconds just to get it warm, that's all. While we're waiting on that, you can get a piece of this Swiss cheese here, a couple of pieces actually. One piece won't cover the sandwich. So take that, separate them, put them on there, like that there. And then we take this freshly warmed pastrami, since we've already got it sort of splayed out like that, it's in the perfect position to be slapped down on the sandwich. Just like that. You ain't got to mess with it too much that way. Now, the only thing left over is a little bit of, let me get this burner going here, a little bit of this sauerkraut. And I know a lot of people don't like sauerkraut. I know a guy that loves this sandwich. I make it for him sometimes. One of my dad's best friends. And he hates sauerkraut. But on this sandwich, he's got to have it. Because he's got to, mister! A little reference to Ace Ventura, Pet Detective there, folks. Alright, now we've got to close this up, keep things fresh, put things away, get them back in the fridge, don't leave them laying around. Get in there, son of a... There we go. Okay, that's that. And now that's left is the frying her up. See how hot we got that. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay. So since we did it the way we did it, the buttered side on this one is down. And that's the side we want in the pan. Now, this buttered side is up, and that's the one we want up in the pan. So it all works out. Now you hear that? That sizzling? We're going to need a spatula. Still sizzling. Got to give it a little time to brown now. Simmer down now. Now if you looked up Donna Summer's name in the phone book, you know how they have last name first, first name last? Well, Donna Summer's name would read Summer Donna, right? Summer Donna. Simmer down now. Simmer down now. All right, let's see what we got here. You good yet? Flip her over. Oh yeah, she's golden. Look at that. She's golden. Give this side a minute. Yep, it's gonna be a beauty. She's a beauty. Dishes are done. Get one of them out of there. And we're gonna need something to cut it with. Well, dishes are done. We'll use a knife. Yeah, that's the preferred method. I like to use a knife when I'm cutting stuff. But that should do it. The sizzle sound is just about gone. I'm gonna lift that out of there. We're gonna chop this baby in half. Look at that, huh? Would you? Look at it. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Look at it.